honey, I know the next 3 weeks and that's fine with me. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
So it was my birthday weekend this past week, and I was like, I've always wanted to do those like 20 things I've learned at 20. Oh my gosh, 21 things I've learned at 21. While I'm waiting for my hair to dry, I'm just here to basically talk about 24 things I've learned at 24. I'm gonna be doing my makeup while we talk. The first thing is that I've learned is that the fear of failure is normal. We need to normalize failure. We need to normalize just fear in general. But the fear of failure, I've learned that it is normal. Like, that's nothing to be scared of. But because we've been brought up in a world where, you know, it's unacceptable to fail, it's unacceptable to basically be a loser, you know, and it's like you gotta win at everything. But how else do you learn unless you fail? And so for me, I've had to really work on myself and learn, like, hey, it's like normal to not be good at everything. It's okay to like literally just fail at things. Like, it's fine. The next thing I've learned is that you need to make an effort with people who make an effort on you. Like, you know, you've got those friendships where like you see people like once in a blue moon and you're like, oh yeah, hi, you know, and it's all good, it's all jolly, but really, you know where people's effort is coming from, and also be able to be mature enough to reciprocate that, because like those are actually genuinely people who care, are putting in the work and the time to like either communicate with you, spend time with you, ask about what you're into, and you know, you need to be able to reciprocate that and make an effort in like building those relationships with people. The truth is, life is just way too short to be waiting to be accepted by everybody, so make an effort on those who are making an effort on you. Tea of the day. Third thing I've learned is that trust your intuition. Like, I've always been the pessimistic friend. Like, people will come to me and be like, yo, like, what about this? What's this? And I'm like, don't do it, honey. And literally 99.9999% of the time, I'm always right. I hate to say this, but I'm kind of always right. So I was always kind of nervous to like tell people like, yo, this is trash, like, don't do that, or like that person, you don't want to be associated with that. And you know, I had to like find a way to communicate that better without sounding like a really terrible person, because I genuinely care for those people, and you know, like, and I also genuinely care about myself. So like, I've had to learn to actually trust my intuition. Like, if I was going to do something, meet with someone, or like be involved with something, and like my intuition's like, what is this? I've had to learn to trust my intuition. Like, trust your intuition. It is never wrong. The fourth thing I've learned is that you need to be yourself. I think I struggled with a point like in freshman year where I really was like, everyone seems to have friends. Like, I also want to be liked by everybody, but like I also want to make friends. How do I do that? And you know, like, I felt like I wasn't really an authentic version of myself. I guess like I was missing out on being myself, like fully myself, and other people were missing out on the actual real Kudzai. So like, you know, as the years went by, sophomore year, junior year, I really stepped out of my shell, and like I was just me. I was doing me, being me, and I think it made my life better in the way that like I felt more comfortable with myself. People felt more comfortable around me because that was just how I was, and I wasn't a different person with different people. So yeah, be yourself. The next thing I'm gonna say is apologize if you mean it. Like, don't just be coming up to people and being like, oh my god, I'm sorry, or like to say sorry for the face, or just, you know, just to make sure that like those people don't like say bad things about you. Apologize and mean it. Yeah, because if you wouldn't want that from anybody else, why would you do that to somebody else? So apologize and mean it. That's the tea. The next thing I have learned is that you are a queen, you are a king, I am a queen, like, and you need to act accordingly. If you believe something of yourself, you have got to act accordingly. If you believe that of yourself, don't let other people tell you otherwise. Like, you know, like, I straight up like would watch walk around like I own the building, because I was like, that's how I'm feeling inside. I'm not gonna let anybody else make me think less of myself. You're a queen, you're a king, act accordingly, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Period. Period. Also, Rihanna did the thing, yo. Like, the next thing I've learned is that adulting is a misconception. Yo, like, let me tell you the truth. Nobody even knows how to adult, like not even your parents. So I don't know why everybody like thinks that now like I've graduated, I need to know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Heck, your parents don't even know what they're doing. Like, I think it's a misconception. Adulting? What is that? Like, the next thing I have learned is that taking time for yourself, honey, is not selfish. Like, I feel like all of us should just take time for ourselves. Because some people, like, you just need to work on yourself first before you're able to get back to the big group and help other people. Like, how can you be helping other people if you haven't helped yourself first? I don't trust you. Like, what? The next thing I have learned is that you need to surround yourself with people who are positively contributing to your life, okay? No more deadbeats. No more giving people second chances and being like, oh my gosh, but like, you know, they have potential. They're going to, honey. If they're not seeing your potential either, why are you letting them hang around? Like, excuse me? What? I have learned that you need to keep the people who are positively contributing to your life real close to you. The next thing I have learned is that regardless of where you are or how you feel like your position is in society in general, acknowledge your privilege. Yeah, that's it. That's the message. Acknowledge your privilege. Whatever your position is in society, whether you think that you are lower down the social totem pole or at the top, acknowledge whatever privilege you have wherever you are. I have had to do that for myself, and you know, I might feel like there's some things that I am, you know, at a disadvantage of, but there are definitely some privileges that I do have, you know, as an immigrant. So one thing I have learned is acknowledge your privilege. Period. Another thing I have learned is that you need to be able to celebrate your successes. Like, I feel like in this world where we're always just going, we don't take time out of the day, the year, the month to just sit back and be like, yo, I did that. Like, I did that. Take some time. Like, even if it's like an hour, 2 minutes, just be like, you know what? I did that. Take time to celebrate your successes, because like gratitude is key to receiving more and more. You need to express gratitude for those successes, which leads me to the next thing. Gratitude is important. I feel like that statement speaks for itself. You have got to show gratitude for what you already have in order to receive more. I feel like when you express gratitude, it just attracts more that good thing that you're grateful for into your life. I'm pretty sure this is not blended, but you know what, we move. Whew. The next thing I have learned at this young age of 24 is that you are what you eat. Gone are the days when I was younger and I could like pack on some like 3 packets of chips, specifically hot Cheetos, Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, whatever, and go about my day and still feel fine. These days, you are what you eat. Listen to your body. Take care of your body. Respect your body. You are what you eat. I don't care what type of metabolism you have, it will catch up with you. You are what you eat. This leads me to the next thing that I have learned, which is you don't have to know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here on YouTube. In life, especially like, you know, in college when like you've graduated and everybody's just like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this cool thing. I'm gonna go off and do this. Life is set for the next 10 years. Honey, I know the next 3 weeks and that's fine with me. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Have a general idea, I will say. Like, you know, be like, okay, this is like the general direction. You don't need to have it all figured out. You really don't. Whew. This next thing I learned the hard way. Can't make anybody like you. Unless if you're like a bruja or like a magician of some sort or sorcerer and you got some black magic. I don't know how you do it, but there is no way that you can intentionally sway people's like, you know, own will, like, and be like, I'm going to make you like me. You can't do that to people. Just be a decent human being and maybe you might be likable. The next thing that I have learned, you know, while I'm about to start doing my eyebrows is that your peace is important. I'm at that point where like, if you are disturbing my peace, you are out of my life immediately. Like, I have no time. I can't be playing games no more. Like, don't do that. You know, like, your peace is important. The truth is, I'm just trying to be happy. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm trying to live a good life. And if you're out here disturbing my peace, you are out real fast, real quick. I don't think I can tolerate people just coming and being intentionally disruptive in my life. And I have learned that your peace is important. Do not let anybody take that away from you. Another thing I have learned as a black girl is that black girls, we need to start wearing sunscreen. Like, I don't know why I never did it until now, but sunscreen is key, okay? That's it. Find a really good one that doesn't make you look like a ghost. You'll thank me later. The next thing I have learned is that comparison is a thief of joy. When you try and just be like, oh, but I want to be like, you know, I can be like today, oh, but I really want to have Cara Delevingne's eyebrows. I am not Cara Delevingne. We don't have the same bone face structure. No, my eyebrows are never going to be that bushy or thick. These are my eyebrows. If you're always constantly trying to compete with other people and comparing yourself with other people, that goal that you're reaching for is gonna be unattainable because you are going and pitting yourself against somebody else and not yourself. I feel like you should be in competition with yourself and not with other people because, you know, that's just so unrealistic. And those goals, honey, I'm sorry, hate to break it to you, but you are never gonna achieve them if you are constantly comparing yourself to other people. And that's just it. That's the thing. And the next thing that I have learned is that no one cares. I don't know if anybody has told you this, but no one cares. I mean, some people do, like, you know, they follow you just so they can see like what you're up to because they're so invested in your life because, you know, they got nothing else to do. But the general majority of people, me included, I do not care. Like, whatever you are doing, finessing, whatever business you're into, that's for you. You do you, honey boo boo. You do you. I'm worried about me. I'm focusing on me and staying in my lane. No one cares. Literally. If you want to start that YouTube channel, start that YouTube channel. That's what I did. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to do this, but I realized, I was like, oh, these buts are other people, not me. No one cares. If you want to start that business, go ahead and start that business. If you want to travel, go out and travel. If you want to, I don't know, be a model, go ahead and do it. Because no one cares. People will only start showing up and coming around when it doesn't work out. But when you're doing fine and when you're okay, they're out here stalking you, following you, checking up on you. But the truth is, no one cares. No one cares.
Now when I drive around, don't fill it up. Why it's getting